Hey guys, this is Steve Paytak, Realtor with Keller Williams Commonwealth, and today I'd like to go over a headline that's recently made its rounds for the state of Kentucky. I saw it over on Spectrum One News, but it's also on various other news outlets where the governor of the state of Kentucky, Andy Beshear, has recently announced a $1.76 billion nuclear fuel deal, or a nuclear fuel project from the Department of Energy that's utilizing private capital investment in the state of Kentucky through a federal tax incentive. It's a private capital investment by Global Laser Enrichment, GLE, for the city of Paducah. The project is known as the Paducah Laser Enrichment Facility. And what it's going to do is it's going to develop a nuclear fuel facility that is adjacent to the existing, that is adjacent to the existing Paducah gaseous diffusion plant. So if you take a look at Google Maps, for example, you'll notice that the U.S. Department of Energy is literally just right down the road from the Paducah gaseous diffusion plant. And so projectively, what's going to happen is a lot of those farmlands around there, what is taking place systematically, not just in the state of Kentucky, but all across the states, are various older farmlands that are basically being redeveloped into housing, into new facilities. Obviously, the AI thing is taking place. A lot of AI plants, higher energy bills, and all that good stuff. So here's some of the benefits of how this $1.8 billion investment in the state of Kentucky is going to impact the city of Paducah and then basically Kentucky as a whole, right? So this is not simply a large project that's taking place that, like a large capital investment followed by the money going outwards, leaving the state, as a lot of things tend to do. But this is going to be a structural and like an economic hub. This is going to reestablish Paducah as a nuclear energy hub itself. This is a regional economic shift, right? This is going to be supporting domestic energy production. This is going to be strengthening the U.S. nuclear fuel supply chain. So there's a lot of elements that are going to be taking place in the western side, city of Paducah, and it's going to have an economic rippling effect through the state of Kentucky. So in the bigger picture of all of this, Paducah will be equal to an energy and tech corridor. This isn't happening in isolation. Paducah is now seeing each of the following taking place and in active development: a $1.5 billion uranium enrichment project, $900 million in federal contracts for nuclear fuel production, and potential for AI and energy infrastructure development. I know the AI thing that everybody's so pleased about will now be potentially coming to Paducah as well, right? And it's going to be tied to the nuclear power fuel demand. What this basically means, as opposed to previously, Paducah is going to quietly become a strategic national energy and advanced manufacturing hub, kind of like what's taken place previously up in Hebron, Kentucky, but now over on the western side of the state. This is going to impact the jobs market as well for the 2026 through 2030 outlook. So here in the short term now and for the next couple of years, we're going to see a surge in construction jobs for four particular roles to support construction, engineering, logistics, and all those things, as well as local service economics, restaurants, retail, housing, hotels, gas stations, all those supporting infrastructure, those will be coming in as well. So here in the midterm, about 3 to 7 years, you'll be seeing more high-paying technical and nuclear energy jobs stabilizing the workplace, and increased demand for skilled labor, engineers, and industry sector professionals, right? People who know how to operate, manage, run, and delegate in each of these particular types of facilities. So these are above average wage jobs, which matters for housing demand, right? Now, the real estate impact of this is where things start to take off, right? There's going to be an increased housing demand, right? Expect incoming workforce which means more buyers and more renters. So the pressure will be on for entry-level homes, rentals, workforce housing, and expect a little bit of, expect some tightening of inventory until until more homes and more area, more land development, everything catches up, because the surge will take place before the housing demand can keep up. Because that's, the market's going to have to see, the market itself in that area will have to see that surge in demand before it starts to get addressed from a building and construction standpoint. Now, the appreciation potential in that area, Paducah has historically been affordable and under the radar. Now, with this level of investment, prices are likely going to gradually increase. They're not going to spike overnight, but early buyers are positioned for upside as opposed to late-term buyers, right? So this leads into the investor opportunity window, which is right now. Paducah is in the early phase of the growth cycle, right? Right now, this means that there are lower entry-level prices as compared to other areas in the larger Kentucky market. There's a future demand catalyst, right? This investment is going to create a future demand catalyst that has already been confirmed. It's going to be showing there will be strong rental potential in the incoming years. Now, I wouldn't be doing anybody a service if I went straight into the hype without giving you the risks and the possible considerations for this particular type of investment and projects, right? Let's cut straight to it. Projects are pending regulatory approvals, NRC licensing as an example. They have long timelines, right? Some of these operations are projected late decade, right? And then local infrastructure will need to scale with that growth as well. What we're suggesting is more strategic and not an overnight boom. So anybody who tries to go invest now, here's the thing, no. Let's be realistic about this. This will take time. There's a lot of regulatory obligations that need to take place before this upswing before the investment takes off, before the economic impact really takes place. But what I'm suggesting to you right now is that taking a look at the Paducah market, knowing that this capital has in fact been committed to the area, this is what we call a green light special. Something big is coming here, and you have the opportunity to really take a look at that. So to kind of wrap this up, Paducah itself will be transitioning from an affordable small town to an emerging energy-driven growth market, right? This is a big shift. This is a massive shift. So if you're a home buyer, you're still early enough in the game looking Paducah to get actual value out of this. It's a value play. If you're an investor, there's a lot of pre-growth positioning opportunity. So continue watching the trends. This is one of the most important micro markets in Kentucky right now, right? And then the next video covering Paducah, I'm going to be taking a look into the best neighborhoods to invest in Paducah, rental strategies, cash flow versus appreciation, and budget beauties, deals that I can identify in the Paducah market. My name is Steve Patak, Realtor with Keller Williams. I'll see you in the next video.